The leaves are changing and fall is here, which means it's time for me to take the annual shopping trip to find fall sewing inspiration. In years past, I've tried to find the highest end stores that I could find in order to replicate those fashions. But this year, I decided to do something different by going to an outlet mall instead. The outlet malls have the same high-end fashions of the higher end stores, except all of the clothing is made from lower quality materials. I thought it would be nice to look at the lower quality made items in order to be able to replicate those in a higher end fabric. I went in Saks Fifth Ave. I wasn't really impressed, but did find one cute dress. The first garment that really stood out to me was this golden yellow shirt dress. And the reason why it stands out is because it has the pleating at the bottom. The top of the outfit is more of a 1950s silhouette, but down at the bottom it almost looks like a 20s flapper dress. And I had looked higher and low and have seen not a single pattern to match this. However, there is a little bit of pattern hacking that you could do in order to recreate this look. I haven't seen a dress that even remotely looks similar to this one, so we would have to use a shirt pattern and do a slight bit of pattern hacking in order to recreate the look. First, let's take a closer observation at the dress itself. The dress has a 1950s sort of silhouette at the top. Then it has a seam at the smallest part of the waist. And from there is a secondary panel there. And then at the bottom, we have a third panel that has pleats on it. And it reaches down to midi dress length. I would use Butterick B6924 pattern and cut it off at the smallest part of the waist. Then I would save the bottom portion of that pattern and extend it down to the fullest part of my hip and sew that to the top bodice part. In order to recreate the pleats down at the bottom of the dress, you would need to cut one wide piece of fabric, and that piece of fabric would need to be your waist measurement multiplied by 3, and then from there you would add on the amount of fabric needed in order to recreate the placket in the front. Once you had recreated the placket along with the pleats, you would sew that portion onto the bottom half of the dress and it would be complete. The very next store that I entered was Banana Republic, and inside of there I found a lot of interesting garments. The first is this gray trench coat, which I think would pair well with the dress that we just saw earlier inside of Saks Fifth Ave. I was a little taken aback by the price of this vegan leather trench coat, because I know that I could make this cheaper, even sparing no expense for fabric. For this trench coat, I would most likely use the Know Me 2070 pattern, which is almost identical to this one. The other interesting thing that I found inside of Banana Republic was this really cute pair of pants with a center seam. You could add a center seam to any pants pattern. However, if you wanted to use a pattern for this, you could use Vogue 1870. And 1870 doesn't have as many pockets as this pair of pants has, but you could always add pockets to any pair of pants very easily. The next store that I entered was Express, and inside of the Express outlet store, I found yet another triple tiered dress. If I were going to make this using a pattern, I would most likely go with the Closet Core number 33 dress and blouse, and I would simply remove the button detail in the front and add ruffles. The rest of the mannequins and fall fashions that I found inside of the outlet malls were very basic and uninspiring, hence I did not even bother to find patterns for them. But guys, what type of fall fashions are you interested in this year, and what patterns do you plan on making for fall and winter months? Please let me know down in the comment section below, as I would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to receive more sewing related content. Peace.